Okay, guys, let's talk about how to get SEO leads, how to get search engine optimization leads. Essentially, for those that have no idea what I'm talking about, how do you get people to call your website because you're ranked for certain terms? That would essentially be the exact same thing as how do you get SEO leads. We're going to talk about this in this video, okay? Now, I'm going to start by saying this. I truly believe SEO leads are the greatest leads on the internet, okay? Better than Facebook, better than Bing, better than TikTok, better than YouTube, better than ads, any kind of ads. I guess that's a blank statement. Google ads. There's just something about an organic SEO lead that just slaps, man. And my business owners have even commented on this, right? Like they'll tell me like, hey, these leads over here, these ones, they weren't great. They were kind of tire kickers, looky-loos, and you start investigating and you're like, man, a lot of those were from ads, right? And you start looking at the really good ones and they are from organic. So I will never fight you on this, whoever you are. The best leads are the organic leads, okay? Now, a quick caveat, you're like, dude, aren't you the guy that starts off by running ads? Yes. I still believe ads has its place. I still believe every person should be running ads to get quick clients in the door and then start doing it. And you can still make money. You can still satisfy the client while you rank the website. Okay. But it's not the long-term play. I've never, nor ever will I believe or endorse a program or a method that relies 100% on ads. I just don't like it. There's too much control in the person that owns the platform. So the ads to me is a complementary thing, but the core part of what I teach is organic, right? We want to get those organic leads coming in, okay? So I'm going to go over this really briefly, but how do we actually get SEO leads? And if you're somebody that's not looking to start an agency and generate leads and work with local business owners, maybe you are a business owner and you stumbled across this video, you own a tree service company, a roofing company, this is going to be very applicable to you as well, okay? So first and foremost, guys, this should go without saying, but you need to learn some basic SEO stuff, okay? This isn't anything crazy. There's probably tons of stuff you could learn on Udemy, YouTube, all kinds of places. Obviously, I teach it in my program, but what I would just recommend, wherever, however you learn it, make sure to verify who's teaching it, because it's very simple to flip on a camera and push record and start talking, because no one's going to fact check you and no one's going to look at you and no one's going to question you as far as some kind of like higher board or some kind of whatever. There's just like, it's the wild, wild west. So just be very, very careful about who you're listening to. And when people give you advice or are giving advice freely, make sure that they have the pot to piss in, okay? But the first thing is, like, without question, you need to learn some basic SEO. You need to learn what are page titles, what are meta descriptions, how do you create a keyword list? How do you do your homework on what's a good city? How do you write basic content? How do you get a backlink? How do you do H1s? How do you resize an image and optimize an image? Like, just very simple stuff. And I know some of you are probably going, that doesn't sound simple. 7 years ago, I did not know what a domain was. I didn't know that the www dot whatever was a domain. So don't overthink it. Don't get like overwhelmed. I didn't know how to build a website. I didn't know how to do any of this stuff. And here we are. I've made millions of dollars, okay, doing the actual model, okay? I also want to remind you, before you go and just start slamming some SEO on your website that you just built, okay, is the better homework you can do up front. I'm getting a little bit serious. The better the homework you can do up front, the easier it's going to be to rank. The easier it's going to be to get organic SEO leads. If you are lazy, and let's say you live in Dallas, Texas, and you cover Dallas and Fort Worth and Arlington and all of these surrounding cities, and you're like, well, Dallas just sounds easy. I'm going to do Dallas roofing. I'm going to rank for Dallas roofing. Good luck. Shout out to Liam Neeson in the show Taken. Good luck, because it ain't going to happen, dude. You're going to get your ass whooped, okay? But if you know what you're doing and you take your time and you go, man, I wonder if instead of going for roofing, I went for roof repair, or I went for metal roofing or whatever. I don't even know if they do metal roofing there. I'm just giving you an example. And instead of doing Dallas, I did Arlington, right? I might have to drive a little bit, but like I have a way better chance of ranking. So I just want to remind you guys that doing better homework is going to, like doing that up front is going to allow you to get these leads quicker. Okay. But guys, once you do some basic SEO, your website starts to rank for the right keywords. And that's another thing that comes back to like the basic SEO is if you don't know how to find keywords, if you don't know how to build a right keyword list or which keywords people are going to actually click on, then it doesn't really matter if you rank, because you're going to get people visiting your website that are never going to buy your product. Okay. They're never going to call your site, or even if they do, they're not going to convert because they're tire kickers, they're looky-loos, or they're DIY people. So you have to know what keywords to rank for. But once you start to rank and your website's showing up at the top, then all that's left is your website needs to convert. Okay. So once we can start getting traffic to our website because we're showing up for concrete contractors, Arlington, Texas. Okay. We got people coming to the website. Then what you need to focus on and what you need to be looking at and what matters is that your website actually converts. And what people fail to understand is that just because you can do a few magic tricks and get your website to show up for certain keywords does not mean that people are going to call your website. They could come to your website, browse around, look around, check this out, check that out, read your about me, whatever, and still not call because your website does not convert. And so there's a couple of things that I just want to give you guys in terms of like recommendations, tips, things that I have seen. Now, I'm not some web designer. If you guys have seen my websites, they're ugly, they're nasty. They look a lot like my pickup basketball game, just rough and aggressive. I'm like the Dennis Rodman of pickup basketball. My websites are Dennis Rodman sites. Okay. They get the job done. They're workhorses, but they ain't Michael. And that's okay because I got enough Dennis Rodmans out there throwing elbows and getting rebounds. It works. Okay. But there's a couple things that you have to get right. And I'm going to tell them to you on this. And there's other things, but just for the sake of brevity, number one is you want to make sure that your phone number, and I would highly recommend this as a tracking phone number so you know that the leads are coming from that website, it's getting recorded, all of those different things. Make sure your phone number is big and it is bold and it is clickable. And this is important, it is underlined. Because typically when people see an underlined anything, they think that it's a link or they think that it's clickable. And so some people, they forget to do the underline. And some of the web builders out there, when you do make it clickable, it will automatically make it underlined, but not all. Okay. So not only would I make sure that's bold, I would make sure it is the centerpiece of the website. A lot of people want to have the pretty image and they want to have whatever. And I get it. But guys, at the end of the day, who cares about a pretty image? If they don't call the website, that pretty image ain't going to be up for long because you're not going to be able to pay the bills. So quit worrying about the name of your company. Nobody gives a shit. No one cares what your company, how catchy it is. No one cares. Okay. Which it shouldn't matter anyway, because you're going to be doing a generic website. And make the phone number the main part of your website. It's clickable, it's bold, it's in 14 different spots without being too much, but it's in your face. That's a huge thing that I see people fumble with. And then the second piece of advice is make a quote form, make an instant quote form where people can plug in their information and they can immediately submit it to you and you can call them and give them that quote. Okay. And what I would recommend on this instant quote form is, instead of being the regular contact form that says name, phone number, email, tell us your problem, which all that does is screams, hey, solicit me, flip it around, assume the freaking deal, just like we do in every other step of this process. And what I mean by that is ask some questions that get them down the rabbit hole a little bit. So let me give you an example. If we're doing concrete, okay, I would say something like, my first question would be like, what type of concrete are you looking to get? Okay. And I might say concrete sidewalk, concrete patio, concrete driveway. By the way, those are all keywords. Those are all highly searched things. Those are things that I know people are looking for. So I would probably ask, that would be my first question, multiple choice. And maybe my fourth option says other. Boom. Second question might be, how old is the home? How old is the current concrete? Or is this a new a replacement or a new pour? That's another idea. Or what's the approximate size of the area that you want poured? I would ask those two questions, okay? And then I would go name, address, phone number. These are things that they have to fill out or else they can't submit it. And then that button at the bottom, I would put get instant quote. And boy, is it going to be instant, because the second you hit that sign, that button, your boy's going to be calling. Not your boy, but your boy's team. Somebody on my team is going to be calling you guys. So those are the two biggest things that I see people that they completely fumble with, right? Get the phone number, get it clickable, get it bold, get it underlined, put it everywhere, and make it the centerpiece of the website. Screw your logo. Don't care about your logo. They don't, you don't, or I don't. Nobody does. Quit worrying about it. That's number one. Number two, dial in the quote form, make it visible. So right when they land on the website, the people that don't like to call on the phone can click on it. Guys, you do these things, you're going to see SEO leads coming out the woodworks. Of course, the prerequisite is learning basic SEO. And then also the prerequisite to that is figuring out how to actually find a city and a niche combination that's not super highly competitive. Again, always, these are things that I go over in my program, Digital Landlords. But I'm going to share all kinds of different tips on this channel. So I'm just letting you guys know that these are the things that we cover. I'm not trying to leave this open-ended, but we cover all that. Okay. Guys, this is how you get SEO leads, whether you're a business owner that's looking for more leads for their business, whether you're looking to start a rank and rent local lead generation business, doesn't matter. It's the same. SEO leads are the game. I'm out.